Yes, sir.
Well, you mentioned how you changed your life with your second daughter and your life plan. You run the culture of your company so that all of your employees and likewise.
Yeah, that's a good question. The question is, do I run my company so that all the employees can enjoy their life too? Yeah, and the answer is yes, and I'll tell you how we do it. If you're a lot of the working mothers who come to us have a problem with daycare, they're allowed to bring their kids into work if they want. So if you come to our place, you can see kids almost every day. Could be 1, could be 10, could be 12 kids that come into our place every day. We do the same thing with time off and compensatory time, and we also educate our employees. During the week, during their work hours, we have an education and training a learning center. And in that learning center, not only do they learn things that are good for the business, they learn things that are good for themselves. We bring teachers in. A lot of the inner city men and women didn't have a chance to further their education. And we don't bring the teachers in to further their education. We bring the teachers in so they can work with their children and help their children with their homework. It's amazing. Have you ever seen 8th grade? You're an educator. But the rest of us, have you ever seen 8th grade math? I don't think I can do it. So we bring in educators to do that. We bring in educators to give them a better way of life, too. We bring in speakers to do that. So there's a lot of things that we do, and we have family outings all the time also.
One thing that you did that was really interesting that we write about in the book is that you decided to, or Elaine, your wife, decided and persuaded you that you should give everybody in the business, not just the customer service people, everybody in the business customer service training.
Yes, we cross-train everybody in the business. In other words, our salespeople come in and they sit with customer service and they get trained for customer service, so they know what they're up against. We take our people in customer service, we put them in the warehouse, so they know what the warehouse guys and women are up against. So we cross-train everybody, so there's a better understanding of everybody's job. They'll spend a week here and a week there. So they can't yell at somebody saying, you didn't do this. So they understand what each others are going through. But the most important part is we educate them for themselves. Again, it builds up this loyalty in this culture.
I'm curious about those of you who raised your hands and said that you're struggling in this economy. What exactly are you struggling with? What are the issues that you're dealing with? I think this gentleman.
Simply reduction in sales. We've been seeing across borders, February is like on our edge of the cliff.
What business are you in?
Precision metal stampings. We provide custom stamped components to 5, 6 different industries, all of those known ones, except
Except the
for military.
military.
Except military.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend actually who said that it's actually a friend of Norm's as well, who's got a remanufacturing business, and he says that his military business is doing well, his agricultural business is doing well, so he's good in terms of feeding people and killing them, but everything else is sort of down.
Did you, when you started your business, who were your biggest customers? Military?
No. Our military and I started about 10, 12 years ago. As part of our, we were primarily into electronics, first level electronic connectors. And as that market segment started to stagnate about 10, 12 years ago, we started to expand into different areas. So we do work for automotive, industrial control.
So when your market started stagnating 10, 12 years ago, you did something completely different.
Right.
And so what are you doing now?
Different styles of
And now?
connectors.
Your market's stagnating again.
And now, right now, one of the strategies we adopted was to start to take up weak competitors because they have good programs, they just didn't have enough to meet their gross margin.
There you go. If you have money and you're able to take up the competitors, that's a way of adding volume to your business. So that's it, pretty innovative.
That's the strategy we've been working on now for about 3 months.
Well, that's a great strategy, and that's a good example of what you do when the economy gets to you. You got to think outside of what you would normally do. Normally, you wouldn't go after your competitors to get them to go with you. So you've done it twice in your life, it sounds like. So that's pretty good. Wait, I just want to tell a little story about teaching. Does everybody, because we have teachers in the room, so I believe that anybody can be taught anything. Everybody believe that? Skeptical? You know, I'm a great believer that you can teach your employees anything to do, and I'll give a story about my daughter. My older daughter, who went to FIT. Does anybody know FIT? It's Fashion Institute of Technology. She's a little artsy, my daughter, so to speak. Beautiful child, but a little temperamental. And so she goes to FIT, and in the senior year at FIT, if anybody's ever been there, they have to take an accounting course. Why? I have no idea. These kids have no idea of accounting, and she comes home. She's living in New York, and I'm living not too far away, and she says, Dad, we have an accounting course to take. I said, I finished college 30 years ago. She says, no, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say everybody can be taught anytime, anywhere, and I do believe that. Anybody can be taught. You've got to find the right key and the right tool to do that. She says, but here's what's going to happen, Dad. You're going to try. She says, you know me in numbers. She says, I'm very artsy, and I'm good at what I do, but I can't do numbers, so you're going to try to teach me, and what's going to happen is you're going to be frustrated, you're going to go home, you're going to have a fight with Mom. So why don't you just do the homework for me, because everybody who does the homework gets a C, and it'll be over with. I said, Rachel, you know better than that. She said, okay, Dad, I try to warn you. And so for days, I was trying to teach this kid accounting, you know, assets by the door, liabilities by the window, anything I could, get a key to teach this kid. And sure enough, at home, I'd go home and have a fight with my wife, and my daughter was right. And I said, I got to be able to do that. And she walks in one day, and I said to her, Rachel, what a beautiful sweater you have on. She says, it should be, Dad. You bought it for me at Bloomingdale's. I said, Bloomingdale's? That's a nice sweater. What's it made of? She says, hey, I go to FIT. It's made of 100% virgin wool. I said, do you know how many yards are in that sweater? She says, of course. What do you think, I'm stupid? 2.5 yards in a sweater. You know what that costs you? I taught my daughter accounting by her sweater. This is a true story. And she got an A in the course. And the last day, the professor says, Rachel Brodsky, please stand up. He says, I've been teaching at FIT for 25 years, and you are the first student to ever get an A in my course. Where did you learn accounting? She says, Bloomingdale's. But the story is that if you find the right keys to teach your employees, you can teach them anything, whether they believe in it themselves or not. And so one of the keys to our business was to teach our employees things that they never thought they could learn in their whole lives, and to advance it. We also promote from within. We very rarely, if ever, go outside. We send people to college. We pay for their college education if they get a B or better while they're with us. I think we have 8 or 9 kids in school at this time now. And that's what we do. We educate our workforce. We stand by the workforce. We let them live a better life. And that's how we built a successful business.